Hello, everybody. Grady Polson here, Family First Life America. Excited to be on here with you today for our team agency call. We've got a tremendous trainer coming on shortly. Top producer, 324,000 earned with Family First Life in the first 4 months of 2020. Number 3 current producer in all of our companies. So you're in for a treat. I want to start the call like we always do and recognize everybody who went to work in the past 7 days. So the past 7 days, we had 95 agents who went to work, protected families, and basically they did their job. They went to work and helped protect people from tragedy. God forbid they didn't have these products in place. And so one of the most important things to recognize, let me get this chat over, is who went to work. Also our new producers, right? We had 9 brand new agents, a total of 95 agents the past 7 days that submitted a policy, 372 applications for $359,994 of potential commissions earned. Welcome to Family First Life. 9 new agents, congratulations all 9 new agents. New business owners, Jill R, Johnny J, Corsair L, Patricia T, Cedric S, Kim L, Alvin D, Logan H, and Kyle H. Welcome to Family First Life, everybody. Let's shout out everybody who did over 4,000, 26 people. Let's see everyone did over 5,000. 26 people did over 5,000. Nadia P, 5,055. Genesis H, 5,166. Alan G, 5,248. Clay Sweet, 5,297. Bruce L, 5,644. Dolores R, 5,707. Ashley G, 5,714. Samuel C, 5,827. Colton H, 5,878. Jordan L, 6,200. Aline M, I think this is her best week ever. Great job, Aline. 6,274. Hayden Hill just missed the first column club. 6,347. First column club members. This week, 14 people in the first column club. Congratulations, everybody, so far. But these are the people in the first column club. Juan R, new sales manager, 6,654. Nate F, 7,318. Deidre S, 7,385. Cassandra C, continuing to run up the leaderboards, 8,559, 10 agents over $10,000 in a week. Genevieve O, 10,025. Jordan S, 10,606. Marsha M, 11,016. Daniel S, who's going to break the first time You First bonus award. He will get that if he just keeps on going. We'll talk about that here in a second. Julius G, vice president, going senior vice president, 11,425, continuing to lead by example. Nina D, 12,289, continuing to lead by example. Rachel A, 40 apps for 14,792. Rachel is a big believer in children's whole lives. Mutual of Omaha has a lot of children. It has a children's whole life product that you can put on, I believe, up to 7 or 8 children. And she protected a lot of them this week. Great job, Rachel. Top 3, Daniel H, 16,300. John K, 17,096. And our number 1 producer out of Florida for the week, Wolfson R, 11 apps for $17,840. He's a newer producer, 2-3 months in with us, and has already earned his You First bonus. Welcome to Family First Life, Wolfson. We love having you here with us. So great job, everybody who went to work in the past 7 days. Real quick, I want to shout out everybody who is ascending up the You First leaderboard. This is everybody on our team who's over 20,000 with Americo since December 1st. So how the You First bonus works with Americo is every 6 months period of time. So December 1st through May 31st, then June 1st through November 31st, so those 6-month rolling blocks of time. If you write over $40,000 with Americo, they give you an additional 8% bonus. So a lot of companies out there will pay you in trips, they'll pay you in trinkets. Americo pays you in cash. And so we focus on this. Americo's one of our, if not our, and no, it's fact, Americo's our favorite carrier. for many different reasons, from the underwriting to the home office support to the fantastic products. So this is everybody, there is 18 days left in order to, or maybe this is yesterday, so 17 days left in order for you to issue business. So Francisco G, Aline M, Benjamin E, Ashlyn S, Alan G, Andrew H, Jordan L, Joshua M, Ashley G, Daniel S, Deidre S, Michael V, Corey C, and Gabriel H. All of you are within striking distance of focusing on Americo, making a boatload of money, protecting a lot of families in the next 17 days. But in additional, setting yourself up for some additional free money, $3,200 minimum of an additional cash bonus, non-chargebackable money to you for doing your job. And then shout out everybody who's already qualified. Wolfson R, the #1 producer this week. Laura R, Alexander S, Juan R, Colton H, Jam F, Gage P, Nina D, Julius G, Brittany H, Genevieve at 83,000, and Clay Sweet at 96,279 with time to go. Good job, everybody, so far. And it's exciting to have this sort of a bonus opportunity for us to take advantage of with Family First Life, with Americo, with our premier partner carrier from day one. They've been our preferred carrier. They gave us a shot, right? So when Family First Life started, when Sean left his previous company and said, I want to make a better opportunity where you have the ability to earn up to 140%. At the previous company he was at, top comp was 100. He goes, I want to start a new company. I want to put the agents first. I want to protect more families. I want to create a business model where it's not all about the CEO making a bunch of money. It's creating an army of the highest producing, highest income earning insurance agents in the history of the insurance industry, which we've created here. And they're continuing to create day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Americo was the first company that took a chance on us, that took a chance on Sean and the team that he developed and said, we'll give you a shot. You got to write $7 million worth of paid business in your first year. And I think they wrote like $7 million in 5,000. They made it. And that started our partnership with Americo, which now 6 years later has continued to grow stronger. They've developed products for us. They've made enhancements to products. They created the You First bonus for us. And they are our preferred carrier with the fantastic, fantastic products. So great to everybody who has earned their bonus. Great to everybody who is going to earn their bonus in the next 17 days. There's people on that list who are between 22 and 39,000 that are going to go out in the next 17 days and prove to themselves that they can do it. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it, Aline. Yes, you can do it, Benjamin, Ashlyn, Alan, Andrew, Jordan, Josh, Ashley, Daniel, Deidre, Michael, Corey, Gabe, you're with your 5,000 away. So if you don't get it, I'm going to shave your head. But Francisco, Aline, Benjamin, Ashlyn, Alan, Andrew, Jordan, Josh, between 22 and 29,000, there is zero reason you don't earn this free money for yourself. Find that next level. Find that thing within you that goes, hey, I can do that, right? Why not? Why not push yourself? Why not go have this as like a badge of honor for the rest of your life? Like, dude, I went out there in 3 weeks, wrote $17,000, earned my You First bonus and never missed it again, right? What are all these people going to do for the next period of time? They're just going to write a little bit more earlier in the 6 months. But everyone who's above 35,000, you've got it in the bag. But I challenge the people, Francisco, Aline, Benjamin, Ashlyn, Alan, Andrew, Jordan, Josh, to make it happen. Make it happen. Go get your free money. Go write a bunch of business, protect some families, push yourself until the 31st. Have a great month. Last month was a tremendous sales month. Tremendous sales month. Why not do it again? Why not the 8, 9 of you go make it happen? It's free money waiting for you to go pick up off the ground. They say money doesn't grow on trees. Well, it's growing right here. So excited for all of you who are going to go get it. Excited for you who have already gotten it. And it's just a tremendous part of how great FFL is that we've got this sort of additional add-on bonus. So without further ado, I want to bring on our guest, but before so I want you to make sure that you know how fantastic he is. And I mean, he's humble as all get out, but I'm going to love on him just because that's my job. Because Rob Richman, if you see now top 3 life producers year to date, he has written $324,000 of Just Life premium. We're going to hear what his, no, look at there, his oh my gosh, in April with just Americo, he wrote $85,000. You see that? Top 3 Americo, April month to date, $85,000. So why can't you go write 17, Ashley, or Ashlyn, or Francisco, or Aline? Can you go write 17? Can you go get your You First bonus? Rob doubled his You First bonus in a month. That's what's possible here at Family First Life with great leads, great training, great support. So without further ado, bring on my man, my buddy, our partner, Hall of Fame producer. Drop a 324 in the comments below to give some love to Rob Richman for his tremendous sales so far.
All right.
Hey,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys. I appreciate it. So, first of all, I want to say it is an honor to be on this. I'm going to make sure I can get this all straightened up. I didn't even see I didn't have video on there for a second. There we go. All right. So, first of all, this is an honor to be on a podcast like this with you. You have a team full of savages. It is amazing to see what y'all are doing. I'm reading these comments right now, and I can't help but just like get excited being on this. So thanks for having me. It's inspiring. Y'all are lucky that you get a little bit of Grady every week.
Oh, we're all lucky we're kids. Do we appreciate you? You're in Texas, right?
I am, yeah.
Dallas, Texas. And so you've been with FFL for about we just hit like 13 months, right? No, when'd you come? February?
We did, yeah. No. So April 1st was the first time I got paid at FFL. So that was just finished month 13. And
you're rocking and rolling, Rob. So Rob, everybody is, he's a humble guy. He's a great guy. He's a hard producer. I want to have him tell a bit of his story, but I want you to so for everybody who's trying to get to that next level, there's some of you that are sitting here right now going, I'm going to listen and see what I pick up. And there's some of you that are sitting there, pen in hand, note take open, distractions eliminating, waiting for the nuggets. Some of you are trying to check a box and say, I'll do a training call. And some of you are trying to get better. Don't be box checkers, be better getters. Okay. But without further ado, I love Rob, you just, share with us how'd you find the industry? How'd you find FFL and kind of give us love to hear your story, bro.
Yeah. So my story is pretty simple. I've been in the business for about 9 years. I graduated, I went to Ohio State. I'm from Ohio. And I graduated and took a job as a stockbroker in 2008, which was really a great time for someone to get into the business, right? Because the market's crashing. And I was really excited about this job. I ended up being a professional cold caller with the yellow pages or white pages, whatever residential's in, for about 60 hours a week. And I didn't have a lot of success. But what that did teach me how to do is to make 1 million phone calls and deal with ridiculous amounts of rejection every day, all day. So when I ended up losing that job, rightfully so, I wasn't any good at it during that period of time. I went and got an MBA. And while I was doing that, I was serving in a restaurant. And right as I was finishing up my MBA, I got recruited to go sell life insurance, where this guy's saying, hey, look, you can make $100,000 your first year. And everybody in my cohort getting, furthering their education was like, yeah, we hope to make 60,000. And I'm like, well, what am I doing? I can go do what this guy is telling me he can do. He's crushing it. I'm going to see what that's all about. And that was with American Income. And I know there's a lot of guys on your team and girls too that came from American Income. So the training there is ridiculously good. They grind you into the dirt. They give you bad.
Let's try to use no more company names. So just from.
Sorry. Yeah. So,
that's okay. So there's companies that we all are. So I was at a company that I learned some stuff at. We'll go with that. There was at a company, I learned some stuff. There we go.
I learned some stuff. I learned how to work really hard.
Good.
About 18 months after that, I split off and started a final expense agency and learned that market.
Cool.
And from there, I progressed into mortgage protection at another company in Ohio. And I ultimately ended up moving down to Dallas to start another mortgage protection agency. And I've been doing that with some success for about 4.5, 5 years. And I got introduced to Mark Mead, and he opened my eyes to the ability to build in all 50 states, not just be locked into the Metroplex. Like, Grady, you're in Phoenix, right?
Correct.
That area, like, what if you could only build in Phoenix and you couldn't have any agents in Dallas, wherever you're building all over, your FFL, America. So with that, what if you only had one city? You're locked, you're in a box, and you can't really spread your wings the way you want to. What if you were tapped out at 100-point comp and you had to start all your agents at 60%? What if you didn't like it and you wanted to leave and they held your contracts and your livelihood for 6 months? Mark's telling me all these things where, look, that none of that is the case here. You can grow uncapped. You can recruit in all 50 states. Top comp's 140. Vested renewals. Your agents that come on board, if they don't like it, they can leave, and we're not going to hold anybody's contract. We're not going to screw anybody over. What do you think? And I'm like, well, I think I've been waiting for this opportunity my entire life. And I think this is a perfect marriage of all the skill sets and all the things that I learned, making a lot of calls, dealing with rejection, door knocking, final expense agency, mortgage protection agencies, recruiting and stuck in a little box. Now I can just marry all of that and do it here, and get as many leads as I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
So I came here, I brought a couple producers, and pretty quickly hit the ground running. And I had to learn an entirely new skill set because my eyes were opened to final expense again and second chance leads when I first came on board here. And I'll be honest with you, when I came on board, I hadn't touched a B lead or bonus second chance lead in probably 5 years.
Really?
And when I came, I actually took this was a leap of faith because I bumped all of my people that came with me, and I took the same comp level that I was at. So I actually took a pay cut to come here, which most people can't say. But I took it because I believed in the opportunity. And then I was like, oh my God, I took a pay cut and I got to work old leads when I came here. Well, I turned those old leads into the most amazing thing in the world that I could duplicate with people that don't have a budget. Where I had $3 leads who just wanted to tell me, I'm not interested, or I already took care of this and this whole thing. And, you can react two different ways. You can let something crush you, or you can see this as an opportunity and say, I'm not going to fail. So I'm going to play like a rabid raccoon backed into a corner that's starving, like claws out, baby. I got to figure this out. So I just started to develop an approach where I could get at least 1 second of time when the people picked up and they're like, we already took care of this, or I'm not interested. And I figured out that if I just said, perfect, that's exactly why I'm calling, it like punched them in the face, right? They didn't know what to do. They were stunned for like 2 seconds or maybe even a second. And then that gave me an in where I could start pitching. Look, that's exactly why I'm calling. Perfect. What I found is there's a lot of agents running around that are showing clients the wrong product to the right people, and they're not put in the most competitive position financially. Look, I've got the agency here and I'm doing a little bit of damage control. And 9 out of 10 times I'm able to put clients in a significantly better position financially. And look, Grady, I'm not in the business of wasting time, yours or mine. So all I want to do is verify a little bit of information here to see if it makes sense for us to get together. So I would do that, and I'd burn 2 whole phone batteries. And then I knew I made enough calls for the day. So if I did that, that's probably about 200, 250 calls. I was tired. My voice was hoarse. I was miserable at the end of that day. But what was really fun was for Tuesday, Wednesday, all I did was drive around and pick up checks. Because, geez, they're going to let me come in. They know why I'm coming. I'm coming to see if I can get you in a better spot, or I got declined. Perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. What I found is that a lot of agents that come out there don't have access to all the companies that we do. I can find coverage for anybody. So what I want to do, I'm not in the business of wasting time. Yours or mine, same deal. Doesn't matter. Perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling, no matter what they said. I'm not interested. Perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. They're like, what the heck? But it gives you that time where you can just get it out, give you your spit it out, your elevator pitch. And you talk to 4 people, you get 1 of them to bite. And I'll tell you what, the show ratio on those is like bulletproof. And you close like every single one of them. Like when I'm working with some of your guys in my office, like Gage and Colton, where they're working these retros. And it's like, look, this is very similar. It's a higher quality lead, of course, because nobody's called them yet. But I'm talking to them about, like, how is it going on the phones? They're like, it's amazing, right? Like, you can get through to these people. So it doesn't matter really what kind of lead you're calling. And I don't want to pigeonhole this into only mortgage protection, because FEX is the same way. Oh, we already took care of it. Perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. I'm actually the local field underwriter assigned to your case. And I'm going to be out in your area. I'm going to come out and see. We're brokers. 9 out of 10 times we can get you in a better position. Same deal. You can adapt that to final expense, or you can adapt it to mortgage protection, brand new, or the second chance leads. So that's how I started. And then very quickly, so my second month, I issued 96 grand on those old horrible leads.
So you wrote $96,000 on those old leads that people can't get to pick up, that no one remembers out of the CRM, that are crap, and I want my money back.
Oh yeah, the horrible leads. That's why I said that. I was being totally sarcastic. If I could only work those, I would. I am only buying new leads now because I started talking about second chance leads, and all these agencies started popping up in Dallas, and then I'm preaching how awesome these are. Now I can't get my hands on them. But I'll tell you what, like if they're there, buy those things. They're gold.
One of the things I learned from John DeVries is to set the alerts. And that's a big thing. I was on a call this morning with a couple new guys, and so this is for everybody. Set in the CRM, you can pick your counties. So pick 3, 4, 5, 7, 12 counties. Don't be afraid to drive 15, 20, 30 minutes to go to an appointment, right? Don't be afraid to drive. But if you set alerts, every morning, I think it's 3 a.m. or 5 a.m., the CRM, as soon as new leads drop in, when it's hit that 31 days, it alerts you. Now you can buy them. You can set up county alerts and per type. And John DeVries said he wrote 400 grand last year off just those leads, and he's 77 years old, running up against Mexico. Wow. down against in Arizona. So for all of you guys who are trying to, budgets are tighter in the beginning, don't be a lead snob, right? Right? You're here because you want to make more money. So don't turn your nose up to something that top producers are saying they've made significant amount of money off of. So.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to think, especially when you're new and you're developing an approach, a brand new mortgage lead is $65 to $100, depending on mail drops or whatever. And these second chance leads are $3. Yeah. I mean, it's just like you got 20 shots. And here's what I used to tell my guys too, that were afraid to call them. I'm like, look, I know that if I get one brand new lead, I can make one sale. And that cost me $65. Right? With the CRM lead, I got 20 opportunities to make a sale for the same price as that one. So I'm like, look, if your budget's tight, like, look, get 19 no's and 1 yes, and it's same. Brand new lead, you just made one call versus probably 30 calls on those 20. But look, you can either have time or you can have money. If you have both, it's great. But a lot of people, when they start, they don't have money, but they have time to spend. So don't be afraid to, grind that out. It makes you have a significant appreciation for phone sessions when you're dialing on new stuff. It's just like going through a pledge ship almost. They're great. Any chance you get to get those, you're in. So I guess that's a good segue into like schedule, right? You protect your dial time. I know, because your guys are coming into my office. They're beating me to the
some need to get better. So why don't you, you've obviously worked with, and I'm grateful appreciation for working with Gage and Colton's crushing it. Gage is, they're writing. I think Colton's at 15,000 issue paid the first week of May, and I think that's what he wrote 3 months ago. That's what he wrote 3 months combined. And I love Colton. He's great, but he's gotten way better.
It's amazing to see these guys. Jen also, I talk to her from time to time. I could talk to her more, I'm sure. Deidre too. It's amazing to see these people in your group that were doing this and are now doing, like, my head's way up high. Like, you can't even see how high it is. Like, Jen doing that Sapphire production last month, like, that was, like, shout out to you, girl. That was awesome. So that being said, Jordan just texted me. You too, Jordan. I love you, bro. So what I was saying, so on Mondays and Thursdays, you're doing nothing but dialing from 8 to 12. Like, you're doing nothing. Nobody has something to say to you that's more important than you setting your schedule. It's just, you got to protect it, because without appointments, you could be the best closer in the world, and it doesn't matter. So your focus and your only goal is to set a lot of appointments, because the leads that we get are so good. You're going to trip and fall head first. Even a producer that doesn't know what the heck they're doing, that's brand new, that never sold anything in the world, is going to set 15 appointments, and you're going to get 3 sales just because. So the importance there, and the thing to take from this for all the new people, not necessarily the more veteran or stud producers that are listening to this and they're getting something out of it too, but the brand new producers, if you take one thing from this, make a million phone calls on Monday morning till lunchtime, take a break, get back on the phone in the evening and dial to your voice till it hurts to talk.
Do you have a dialing rhythm? Do you have like a rhythm or anything? I mean, everyone's like, hey, what do you dial 55 minutes, then do push-ups for 5 minutes? Do you like only eat tofu? Like, I mean, people think that like, they're like, like, what do you, like, is there anything like specific that you're like, I always got, like, I'm big on like LaCroix. So I'm always got some LaCroix. I got a new sheet of paper, a pen, and I told my wife to get the kids away from me. I love them more than anything, but if I hear screaming, I'm going to lose focus, frustration builds, and now I'm not as calm on the phone. Like, is there anything you have that makes you...
Yeah, you're talking to the most superstitious person in the world right now. So yeah, I do a lot of really weird things.
Okay.
So sometimes, like I'll stop and get like coffee and a bagel, and then I'll make my first phone call, and if it picks up and I said it, like I'll just look at it. I won't even eat it because I feel like if I change where I'm at, like the next one might not pick up. Like I always have to have water. Like it's always right there. Not to be too graphic, but like if I gotta pee or go to the bathroom, I won't. Like, because I feel like
you're just in the zone, right? Your mind is like booking, and I don't want to mess with it. Get one, keep dialing. Get one, keep dialing. People get their first appointment, and they text me. They text their upline. They put me in the three-way chat with a prospect. I just booked an appointment. It's like, listen, bro, he's probably not going to be there, so book 14 more.
Do it again. Do more. And then what? And then just more. Because the best time to make a sale is right after you made a sale. So the best time to book an appointment is right after you've booked another appointment, because you get so much more swag and so much more confidence the more stacked your schedule is. It's like, it just becomes easy. Like I'll joke, it's like music out of my mouth to the ears of the prospect when I have a full schedule booked, and all I'm trying to do is replace the crappy appointments that I have, right? It's like you can just be so selective and you can optimize your schedule. One thing I've always talked about, even from day one when nobody even knew who I was, which most people still don't know, because I'm pretty quiet on social media, but like I set real appointments. And what I mean by that is that my phone script, and I'll run through this, it'll take me 2 minutes, but I think it's probably valuable, and I'll email it to you too, Grady. You can shoot this out to your guys. I love your mortgage protection script too, because we started to send out your stuff too. And it's like, ring, hey, Grady, Rob Richman giving you a call about the mortgage protection response card you sent in on your loan through Chase. How are you? Awesome. Well, look, I was calling you because this is the type of coverage here where if anything happens to you, your mortgage is paid off for your family. And that's what you're looking for, right? And like, even when I'm doing this, like I'm nodding my head like crazy, like my body language, and I'm moving, because you gotta be like that, because motion creates emotion with people, right? And, perfect. Okay, so just need to verify a little bit of information here. I'll have you right off the phone. Have your address is 123 Main Street in Phoenix. Is that correct? Perfect. The amount of the loan I have is $250,000. Now I add like little things in here. So it's like, was that a new home purchase or a refinance? If it's a refinance, I say, awesome. You probably lowered your interest rate a bunch on that, right? And they're like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, your budget just loosened up. So I asked that question, and they're like, yep. And then I get their monthly mortgage payment. And then I get 15 or 30 years. That's going to help me build the plan for them. Reason why I always get the mortgage payment is because I'm going to show a plan that's not going to exceed 20% of that mortgage payment. So if it's a person who's paying $2,500 a month, like you're golden to show our CBO or ROP, because you're going to be under $500 a month for both of them if they're under 43 or under 44. So you're good. Now, if their mortgage payment's $700, you're probably not going to show an HMS 150 CBO to those people.
No.
Right? You're not going to do that because it's not in the budget. But, and then backing up a little bit, if it's a new home purchase, I make a joke and I say, feel like home yet? Or are you still walking in the walls in the middle of the night? Ha ha ha. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And then they laugh, because then you're a person. And the older people will laugh at that. The younger people think you're an idiot, but at least they'll remember you. And then you go into, then the date of births and the whole thing. And I say, all right, so look, Grady, I get a ton of these response cards each week. So I have to do a little bit of screening here health-wise. And I drill them on the health, because I want to know, first, this is for two reasons. I want to know what their health issues are so I know what I can show them. But more importantly, just like a final expense lead that's basic that you're going to pay $14 for, and then like the premier, like primo lead that you're going to pay $26 for, it's a better lead. Why? Because they give you more information. They're volunteering more information. So when I'm saying I'm setting real appointments, I'm extracting a lot of information from these people, because the more they're giving me, the more they're committed to me coming out and seeing them, and the more transparency I have with them on why I'm coming. So, all right, great. So in the last 5 or 6 years here, you've been treated for any type of major health issues, heart attack, stroke, cancer, take insulin for diabetes. They say, yes, I'm going to either default to some carrier that's going to take insulin, so maybe Foresters, or critical period coverage if they're older. If they say that, I know where I'm going with that. If they say no, then I say, all right, how about the small stuff? High blood pressure, cholesterol, thyroid, anxiety. You take any pain pills on an as-needed basis or in the last 5 years? If they have, guess who we're not writing? We're not writing America if they're on pain pills, because it's getting dinged, and then we look stupid because we're brokers and we're putting together the best plan for them. So we want to be prepared as much as possible. Preparation, it gives you confidence, right? For a new agent, I don't know how many P's this is, but this is something one of my best leaders told me. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Yeah.
And it's great, right? Because if you properly prepare, you won't perform poorly. So the more you have, the more ammunition you have to work against these people. So then, all right, so Grady, look, the reason I was asking you all these questions is because I'm a broker. So what that means for you is I'm going to be able to shop and customize the best plan to not only fit your situation, but most importantly, your budget. So what I do with all my clients is set up 15, 20 minutes at the most, get together with you, go over all your options, answer your questions, of course. Look, Grady, if I can show you something you like, great. And if not, no problem. Fair enough. I get their buy-in. So, all right, it's already a deal if they're there. We're doing this. All right, so now I'm looking at my schedule. I'm swamped. I book the appointment, and I say, look, before I have you off the phone, one more thing here. I almost forgot. The numbers to your house, that 123 Main Street. Where am I going to find those numbers? On the house, the mailbox, or the curb? Then they're going to start giving me directions to their house. I don't give a rip about that because I got a GPS, obviously. It's 2020. But what they're doing is they're like, all right, I want to make sure you can get to my house on time. I want to make sure you can get here because I know you're running a tight schedule because you already told me that. And you book appointments on the hour. So when I say 15, 20 minutes at the most, I don't have any more time for you. I've got 20 minutes for you, then I got to get to the next one. I'm planting all these seeds in their heads. So they know I'm coming to show them some options. If they like it, they're buying. We're submitting apps, and if not, that's okay too. And then I say, all right, so I'm going to shoot you a text message with my business card. I have my picture on it. So I say, I'm sending you this because I want you to know who's going to be knocking on your door at 7:30 at night. All right? No news is good news. If I don't hear from you, I'll see you Tuesday at 7:30. Whatever. On to the next one. That phone call, a perfect phone call, is 4 minutes and 37 seconds. All right? You've got every single thing that you need on there. You built just enough rapport. They gave you a little bit of instructions. They didn't give you too much pushback. You asked everything. You ran through everything, and you're golden. On to the next one. So to book 10 appointments, it's going to take you whatever that is. So 10 appointments, so that's going to take you 45 minutes, right? And then you're probably going to have another 2 hours in there of you dialing before the people pick up. Or you're going to have a couple of those people tell you no, and then you're mad, and then, you move on to the next one. But anyway, that's how you fill your morning when you have brand new leads. 4 hours, 10 appointments. I'm nothing special. It takes me the whole morning to book the appointments. I'm just not afraid to make the dials. I mean, if you see my fingers, they're freaking callous. Like these things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm damn near deaf because I spend so much time on the phone. But it makes your life way easier when you've got a full schedule. There's no anxiety. My anxiety comes from not having a full schedule. Some people's anxiety come from banging the phones, but I get excited about that because I know if I look at my schedule and I got 5 and 5, a good real appointment set for the next 2 days, I'm in great shape. So I'm not worried. There's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
I said real appointments. Life happens. Some people are going to cancel. You don't have to hate them for that, but call them and get them back on the books. See, the thing is like if you get defensive over the phone or you get angry at the people, like they're not going to want to see you. They got 14 people calling them. You got to remember it's not about you. It's about how you're presenting to them, and they need to feel loved and special and like the only one. And then they're going to do business with you and they're going to show up. They don't want it to feel transactional. They want it to feel like you actually care about them, and it's a big deal. Hey, look, most of our clients appreciate that we actually come out and see them during these times. And say, you're going to come out? Most of our clients appreciate that. Yeah. That we're actually going to come out and see you. Don't get defensive. Be like, yeah, of course we have to come out. And it's like, that doesn't work. Be like, most of our clients, they appreciate it. And it comes across in your tone. I think I was talking to Gage and Colton actually about this the other day. they were getting defensive that the client wasn't moving in the same direction as them. They wanted to sell them something different than the client wanted, which is funny because when you're new, you want to do that. You're like, no, I was trained to sell this, the death benefit only. Well, what if they wanted something that would pay out if they got sick, right? Then you focus on that, and like they're like giving you all this pushback instead of pushing back. Like, catch the egg. If someone threw an egg at you from 30 feet away, are you gonna like go like that at it, or are you gonna like catch it and take a second to think about it and then respond? Be like, okay, perfect. That's exactly what this is gonna do for you. And here's the magic words. And by the way, it also does this, right? You always give them exactly what they want. It doesn't matter. All of our products have living benefits. All of them have a death benefit, right? So I want some little pay out if we get disability. Well, I'm gonna pivot real quick. And I'm going to throw a DIR rider on there for an extra $30 a month. Who cares? They don't know what it was going to cost anyway. And by the way, it also pays out if you die. And by the way, it'll also pay out if you get cancer. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And by the way, and then you never have to you never have to go back and forth. Perfect. That's exactly what this is going to do for you. You just, once you get, I think your magic number grade is what, 100 appointments? Once you get in front of 100 appointments, you've seen everything.
Yeah.
So once you've done your 100 appointments, you've seen everything. So you can pivot real quick in real time. Like, you're seeing it where that curveball at first was really hard to hit. Now it's like 90 miles an hour right down the middle. You smack it out of the park because you saw that thing coming. And you anticipate, you almost get excited about it because this gets really easy and it gets fun. So when someone gives you a challenge, it's kind of like that.
Oh, it's the best.
And you're like,
I got coverage at work. Oh, really? Let me tell you about that. Tell me, like,
dude, I just do. You know what I do? You want my little tricks? You said you wanted that. Look, I said, yes. Perfect. Smartest thing you ever did. On to the next. Then we never talk about it again.
Yeah.
I just tell them they're pretty. That's my thing. It's like, I'm never going to tell you what you did was wrong, because then you might think what I'm going to tell you is wrong. Because if someone else told you something that was right and then I'm telling you it was wrong, then I could be that same guy. So I'll never bash, unless it's really bad coverage. I won't ever bash it. Like, they took out a term policy 10 years ago. Who cares if it doesn't have living benefits? Honestly, I asked what the purpose of that was. It's never to pay off the house. Perfect. That's the smartest thing you ever did. Next. It's like, you just don't even care. I don't care. I'm not here to talk about that. These people don't even think mortgage protection is life insurance anyway. So why are we even talking about life insurance?
That's right.
I just never
want mortgage protection, Rob. I don't want life insurance. I just want mortgage protection.
No, this is if you no, life insurance. No, that's what you have. No, I see why you don't want that. You want something that'll pay off the house if you get cancer. Like, just flip a coin. That's happening. Yeah. Right? It's just, and I believe in this too.
Oh yeah.
You get a call, you write enough business. I mean, shoot, this year I wrote a lot of business, but like the last 9 years, I wrote a lot of business. So I've got clients that call and there's claims. Like the new guys, the new people in here that have been here for a year, hopefully you haven't had any claims yet, because that'd be heartbreaking and devastating. But wow, what a story if that did happen. But you probably haven't had those yet. Like, I had a guy I saw in October, 42-year-old guy, made $25,000 a month. Awesome family. He had a car dealership and he took a high blood pressure pill. And we were kind of going back and forth. He ended up taking out a $300,000 CVO, 125. And he called me in January. He goes, "Yo, it's Raul. I thought I had the flu. I went into the hospital. Turns out I have leukemia. And is this going to help me?" And I said, "Yeah." So we called and, they processed. I don't know exactly how much they paid out, but it paid. And when things like that, that's a story, right? Wow. That guy had a policy for 2 months and he got sick. And, it's good stuff. Like, use my story. Yeah, man, this guy I work with saw a guy, if you don't own the story, borrow it and then own it. Then it's yours. But that's the best part about this business. And one of the other things that I just love about FFL more than any other company that I've been a part of. And I want to say, I've loved the people that I worked with, but the culture here, I would never do this in another company. Never. Because they're the enemy. And this is just everybody's your brother here. It's awesome. So here, look, take all my stories. They're now yours. Take them, right? So, with this, so you believe in what you do. Sales is just a transfer of belief. If you don't believe in what you're doing, go talk to someone who's dying who doesn't have life insurance, and you're going to believe in it pretty quick. A week in the field, and you'll have belief. I guarantee that. Or you try to get people coverage and they don't get coverage. And then there's a story. Well, not everybody gets coverage, Grady.
Huh.
These are great policies because not everybody qualifies. Let's see if we can get qualified for this, and we'll go from there. I think one of the things that I learned at the first company I worked at is the rebuttal method, where the earlier on in the presentation they start rebuttaling with you, the shorter your response should be to it. As the presentation gets deeper and deeper, then you can actually spend some time in that thing. Look, I don't even know if I want this perfect anyways, so this is how this works. This is how this works. This is life insurance. No, you'll see in a minute. Anyway, so this is this. Like, you just, anyway, yeah, sure, we'll get to that. Or, you asked me to talk about, like, not taking any nonsense in the house. The best way to do that is to not hear it.
Okay.
And if you tell me, look, okay, here's an example. Everybody's been in houses where the guy's like this, right? And the wife is like kind of nice, but you can't really tell. The guy's like, "Rrr." I will literally say to that person, and I'm glad you're seeing like my body language and everything, because I say, hey, is it cold in here? And he's like, what? I'm like, yo, like, your arms are crossed. Can we pretend like we're friends for a minute so I can actually help your family? And I'll wait till he said it. Normally he'll be like, all right, you're cool.
Yeah. Because
it's like, nobody likes a pushover. The bullies like to be bullied back. They like to get their balls busted too. Like, if you're just like, oh, like, are you having a bad day, or should I come back another time? They'll never take your call. But like, yo, you cold? It's kind of warm in here. I'm sweating. You got your arms crossed. Can we pretend like we like each other for just a minute?
It's good.
And I can get to know your situation so I can actually help you and your family. If someone's not engaged, I'll get flirty with the other person. Like, I'll give them the attention. I'll be extra nice to the other person to get the other one engaged. Like, when a husband's not paying attention to me, I'll just turn my chair and I'll talk to the wife. I'll say, look, this is going to benefit you, so let me talk to you. And then I'll start asking her questions. And the guy's like, wait. I want to hear about this too. Guess who's engaged now?
Good.
It's just these little things where people lose sales and they lose momentum and they lose steam in appointments because they don't know how to react to jerks. And we see a lot of jerks in the houses, but you know what? They need help too. And some of the best sales that I make, and the stickiest ones, are the people that are the nastiest in the beginning that warm up to you. Like, people who don't like me, I just try to be so extra nice to them. And it's coming from a good place, because we love all of our clients until they cancel. Then we just can't stand them. But in the beginning, like, we love them. We love them because we're helping them and it feels good to us. And we get paid really well to do that. Yeah. So I try so hard to get them to like me. And then I'll make little side looks. I'll be like, are you starting to like me a little bit? Like, are you starting to trust me a little bit? Just little things like that. And then just go right back into the presentation. And then these little things to just inch them just a little bit closer. Get you closer to that sale, to that yes. Get their wall down just a little bit. If you're combative or if you're hesitant, their wall starts here and it comes like they're just like peeking over it. But if you can get them to like you and you can build a little bit of rapport, intentional rapport, not like, oh, nice weather today, Mr. Jones. But like, so you moved here. Where did you move from? Oh, that's awesome. Why did you move? That gets people talking. Like, just little
doctor-patient. It's still a doctor-patient. It's just the doctor having some small talk. Where are you from? You moved here from? Okay, cool. Now you've got some frame of reference. Do you have kids?
Oh, we are the doctor. We're the specialist for sure. Let's not get that twisted. But going into these appointments, I'm fully prepped. My cases are 100% prepped before I go in there, because I've gotten so much information. So the superstitious thing, like, this is funny. Like, I can't go into a house if it's not prepped. I wig out. I lose my mind. I'm flustered. I'm like, I can't do it. I have rescheduled appointments before because I realized that my financial information form wasn't in, or my client inventory was not in my manila folder. This is how I operate, right? Like, everything is the same. Like, everything is prepped. Every single one of my cases will look the same. I have like, you think that I'm pretty good because I write a lot of business. If I don't have this folder, I've left my house and gotten to a client's house before, and I don't have this. Whereas Steve Giordano, like, he doesn't do anything on paper. He does everything digital, and he like does things on the fly, which blows my mind. But like with me, I will reschedule that appointment if the car is in the driveway, because I'm so uncomfortable that I'm not prepared enough to give them exactly what I thought through and spent time on with them. So I spend time with these people and I communicate that to them. Like they know that I'm there for them. Like I've spent the time.
You go through that. So you on the phone, you're getting the mortgage. So if we're focusing on mortgage, just for the hypothetical, this situation, you're gonna let's just say it's $2,000, right? Mortgage payment is $2,000. You know that that's approximately 35% of their monthly income. Is that where you're deriving that 25% of the mortgage amount? Like, how are you?
No. So like,
you just picked out 20% of the mortgage.
Is this a True Talk podcast? This is a True Talk podcast.
We can delete it if you start to say some dirty stuff, but like,
I just made it up 6 years ago.
Great.
Like, so if you go through a bank, here's what I say. So if you go through a bank, they're going to take 20% of your mortgage payment, set it aside for this type of coverage. Bank's the beneficiary. It's a decreasing term policy. There's living benefits, and you definitely don't get your cash back out of this thing. It's trash. That's why they use us to handle this for other clients.
Got it.
And I started saying that 6 years ago. I don't even know where I pulled that from, but I said,
great.
It's
great.
They don't know. They've never said, that's not right. They don't do that. Right. They've said, oh yeah, makes sense. So
right. That's how I thought of accidental. Accidental, I call traditional mortgage protection, because back before 2008, when all the banks used to offer it, it used to be added loan. Even farther back, Bob and Mary, used to be called credit life. And they go, oh yeah, credit life. They used to be added on the mortgage. Right. That's what this accidental policy is. I know your budget's tight. I know maybe you don't want to do the cashback option right now, but this sort of traditional mortgage protection product is what most people get when they're trying to just get some protection in place right now. Because let's be honest, Bob and Mary, the most common cause of the next death for you guys right now in the next 1, 3, 5 years, it's going to be an accident, right, Bob and Mary? So let's put something in place that protects that. So that's why
it's great. I see you guys just slinging that guaranteed advantage. Like you guys, like
we add it whenever we can.
I see when she posts all that stuff, it's like LPGA.
Yeah.
Big. Like and I started to do that. I learn stuff from your people all the time, man. It's crazy.
About FFL. So I want to suck this out right now. So you throw this 20% number out. Say it's $1,000 mortgage. Okay, you're gonna show them something up to $200, or it's gonna be $200, $189, $198, $201.
It doesn't even. Yeah, it might even be $214.
Okay.
For the top option, but I'm also gonna show. So I'm gonna show full coverage, and I'm gonna show 50%. So for sure, one of these is gonna make a lot of sense. So when I'm going through this whole presentation and just a closing, like, is this a series? It's like a series of mini closes. You don't have to close. It's got a lot of tie downs. Like, makes sense. That's what you're looking for, right? This is what you're looking for. This is exactly what you wanted. Makes sense. And I'm just like nodding my head like a bobblehead. I get dizzy by the end of an appointment. So then when you're going through the close, it's like my close is literally. So Grady, of these two options here, which one makes the most sense for your situation, but is comfortable financially and gives you the peace of mind that you're looking for? And it is be quiet. And then they pick one, and I say, perfect. That's exactly what I would have done if I were you. Now, here's the thing. These rates are great. The living benefits are awesome. There's a reason. It's not easy to qualify. So let's let's go through an application, see if we qualify. Sound good? And then I got the iPad like queued up ready to rock and roll.
It's money, bro. It's money. So let's say it's final expense. What are you how are you showing? What are you doing in there?
So with these, it's like, okay, so it's so straightforward. There's like no pitch.
So simple.
It's like, do we want to be buried or cremated? Who are we protecting? All right, so if we're going to be cremated, average cremation's 5,000. What a lot of today. Now, you plan on dying today, Grady? No, probably not. Average life expectancy is 84. You're 60, so in 20 years, this thing's going to be more than double. So what a lot of our clients want to do is they want to cover the future cost of inflation for their client, for their families. And if we want to look at that, we're going to look at 10,000. Now, 5,000 or 10,000, it's a little bit different in price. Now, but before we go forward with this, we want to make sure we can cover some extra stuff. Are there extra bills that we want to make sure are taken care of for our family? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have rent? Like, do we want to make sure you have a couple extra months of rent coming in? Do we want to cover the lost wages for your son who's going to have to take off a couple weeks of work where he's living paycheck to paycheck? You don't want to do that to him. So we got the basic right now, 5,000. We got the inflation protection. We got 15,000. which is not only going to cover the future cost of inflation when something is likely going to happen, Grady, but it's also going to give your family the peace of mind to know they can take off a couple of weeks of work, make sure their bills are still paid. So of these three options here, what do you think makes the most sense for your situation, but is comfortable financially and gives you the peace of mind you're looking for? And same thing with funerals, 10,000, 15,000, 22,500, you know, something like that.
That's awesome. So you just show them, and you're going to go based off of health. You're going to go based off goals. Obviously, that's the way you always build them out.
You're not really selling more than 20,000, you know, in final expense appointments anyway. So you're good, because even if it gets capped at graded, you can still show 20.
Okay.
I don't do so much health stuff with the final expense scripts. I mean, I ask about the big stuff like COPD, blood thinners,
okay,
Alzheimer's, stuff like that. But the rest of it doesn't really matter because the underwriting is so loose.
Yeah.
As your local field underwriter, Grady, I just have a couple questions because I want to make sure I can get out there when I get out there for 15 minutes. I want to show you what you'll qualify for. That's the most important thing. You know, it's not money that buys insurance, Grady, at your age, it's health. So tell me this real quick. Do you have anything like COPD, Alzheimer's, dementia, whatever, right? And then you go and you can go, all right, well, Move Graded is a pretty damn good policy for a graded policy. If not, I'm going to go Eagle, right? So I'm showing one or the other. But there it's just different. It's more warm. It's like touchy-feely. Talk to me about your family. Who do you want to protect? Did you ever have to go through something like this? What caused you to fill out this card? Why am I here? Well, I want to make sure my family doesn't have to pass around the hat at church. Makes a lot of sense. And then I'll still run through that client inventory sheet that's geared towards final expense, which is the presentation. Yeah. That's what's great about final expense. It's scalable because anyone can do it. Yeah. You just have to be likable and get enough activity.
That's awesome, man. Rob, you laid it. You helped a lot of people just now. That was phenomenal. What's your production goal this year?
Well, I'd like to have the team.
Your production, then we'll go to team. I want to talk about team.
Oh, my personal production?
Yeah.
That's not fair because if you ask me that, then I'm going to have to own this. And like Steve and I are joking, we want to each do $1 million and have our team doing $500,000 a month outside of like production. But that also will kill my ability to build a team. So look, if I can do 60,000 a month, which sounds huge to a lot of people, but if I can do 750.
How many appointments a week is that? It's for you, knowing you're consistent, you know, if I can set, well, I'll tell you, the last 4 weeks is, so 27, 22, 22. 27, 22, 22. So what a master. Yeah,
it's normally right around 24. I try to get 15 appointments over the weekend.
What days?
And then
Saturday and Sunday?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you run Saturday and Sunday?
I run Thursday night. Well, outside of today, I'm changing my schedule because I'm getting more into a builder mentality. But for a producer's mentality, like every day is a work day. Okay. Like I love making calls throughout the week. So I come in Thursday with 10 appointments set, then I got to set 4 more, and I'm done by noon. And then I can get 7,000 of production in Thursday night. And then I don't have to work that hard on Friday, Saturday, Sunday to have 15 to 20,000 in on the weekend. Then all I got to do on Tuesday, Wednesday is another 6,000, and I'm happy as a clam. I'm not stressed. So, like, I get 2/3 of my production in over the weekend because I have 4 production days.
So are you running Saturday and Sunday or Thursday night, Friday, Saturday?
All 4 days. So I'll spread the 15. I work very part-time. I have 15 appointments over 4 days.
Okay. They're just good appointments. They're just good appointments.
I said real appointments.
That's right. They're good appointments. Why are you able to do that? Because you have a lot of lead flow. Because you invest in your business to have good leads.
A freakish amount on leads.
So that's where so if someone goes, you're like, hey, what's your mortgage amount? Who is this again? And now they're challenging you on the phone. If they're being kind of a jerk on the phone.
Dude, this is so funny. I actually have a folder that I call the freshie folder of bad attitude. So when I call someone that's a brand new lead, like a freshie lead, I got mint condition, which is that day. I transfer them into, and I'm very old school. Like I still do everything on paper. So I got mint, I got freshies, then I got A leads, then I got old A leads. So that's like the course of a month. So they go in there. So I've got my brand new A-League bad attitude folder where on that first call, when I call and they're mean, like I don't throw it out. I put it in the bad attitude folder and I call it a week later. But yeah, so if I can get 30 mortgage leads a week, that's about $2,000. And then you get another pop of final expense to fill in your gaps. You're sitting at $2,500 a week, which seems like a lot to a lot of people, but when you're putting up 20 to 30 a week, it's not a big deal.
So that's what so when you say you set real appointments, like Bob's fighting me on the phone. I don't know if I'll be home. What time do you get home? 6 o'clock. Okay. If I'm there at 6:15, you're gonna be home. Yeah, I'll be here. Like that's not, you would extract more information out of him, or you'd book him, but then you'd overbook him if you got another appointment that was better that would also meet at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's probably going in my bad attitude, or I'm going to call you. I'm going to put that in my follow-up folder or something. Because, like, there's people that then, look, we're not that important to people. We're not that memorable as much as I'd like to feel memorable. We're not. So if you call them 4 days later, they won't even remember that who you are or what you are. It's like, no, that wasn't, or if they do, no, that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that wasn't me. First time, I just got your information yesterday. And they're like, yeah, there's a lot of bad agents out there that are rude. That's why I'm calling.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, like, there's no such thing as bad unless, they say 1 out of 10. Realistically, they'll be like, yeah, I just filled this out because I wanted them to stop sending me 100 of these. All right, great. So then that's going to go in the bad attitude and call them in 3 weeks when they're tired of this and maybe something happened or one of their friends died of corona, which would, sucks for them, but great for our business. And it just brings it to the forefront. Maybe they're interested, or that lead's going to pop in the CRM in 3 months and now they're ready. So that's what's so good. So that's what's so good about these second chances, these CRM leads, is like that same, all my bad attitude folder. You're going to call them 3 months later where now things are slowed down a little bit. Now they're in a good mood and you're going to go pick up a check and there's not even a sales process.
They bought the solar, they bought the water filter. They got the landscaping set up. You get in there. When you see solar on a roof, don't tell me it's a sale, right?
Yeah.
They're buying.
You got a Ring. You got a Nest camera.
Oh yeah, they got
new plates on the car. The mailbox looks good. It's just like, dude, it's hilarious how much people are buyers. Like it blows my mind. Yeah, new water filter, like you're saying, it's just unbelievable. Look, if there's a car in the driveway, you should assume a sale.
It's good. Yeah. They didn't ride a bike there. They're interested. So final stuff, you're building the team. You're clearly inspiring them to produce at a high level. What would be your advice to a new agent? Maybe this is their first 30 days. They bought the first, second batch of leads, mental stuff, like new agent stuff.
The less you think, the better. And I'll love on you a little bit here. Like your system that you have for your new agents is incredible. And if nobody should ever ask why, they should just say, yes, sir, I'll try that. Because one of the biggest things that people do is they get like paralysis by analysis and they think too much. It's don't think. Just buy leads, make calls, go run appointments, do whatever Grady tells you to do. Do whatever Jordan Lowry tells you to do. Do whatever Julius tells you to do. Whatever they tell you to do, just say, all right, makes sense. I'll do it. Do you see the cars they're driving? Do you see their paychecks? Why would you question that? You see how they're duplicating. If Gage, who has no experience, can be as good as he is and be so nice and so strong on the phone at the same time, then I want to build an army of Gages.
Yeah.
Right? Because he just says, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, makes sense. When Colton calls me on Sunday asking me about in-home stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're butting heads with people. Why would you do that? Just say, and by the way, yeah, sure, exactly what this does. And by the way, if you feel like you need to be heard, you can do this. And he's like, okay, what's freaking Colton running 15,000 a week? I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm not saying that's because of me at all. It's just saying they're coachable. They ask questions. I answer the question directly, and they say, okay. Jen is the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, all these people, all of your killers probably don't give a lot of pushback when they're asking for help or feedback. They say, all right, I'll buy more leads. All right, I'll make more calls.
You know what? That's so true. Like if just talking out loud, Julius asked me a question, I tell him an answer. He says, okay. I get a new agent. They ask me a question. I tell them an answer. They say, why? Right? It's like, why? Really? And I'm like, what? I got no greater goal but for you to win, new agent. Yeah,
Understand that.
Yeah.
All the people on the call,
Yeah.
we have your best interests.
That's it. We want you to win. You win, we win, we all win. Everybody's winning. You're now a new success story. And all we want to do is help you. And that's it's very interesting. Good perspective, man. Rob, thank you so much for coming on, man. You're a wealth of knowledge. You are rocking the field. I have no doubt you guys are gonna do $500,000 by the end of the year as an agency, which is fantastic, dude. That's executive vice president. It's 140 comp, dude. Imagine, selling policies at 140 comp is a whole nother beast.
Yeah.
And that's just what's exciting about FFL. Just like we said at the top of the call, like our company's environment is like, it's, like there's a lot of other sales environments where you have the guys with the Louis shoes and the Louis belt and the diamond watch and the stupid rented Porsche or whatever. And they just want to shove their money in your face. And then we've got FFL where people make way more than all those guys. And we're humble. We're good stewards of our money. We're respectful. All we want to do is help. And then we've got environments like this where there's the scarcity of support is non-existent, right? Because like we're all winning at such a high level that we probably really didn't think we could ever win at, that it's like, I just want to help other people win. But when you're not making any money and you're at a 40% comp and you can't get your head above water, then I don't want to share any 1% secret that's helping me. But here, everybody can win at such a high level that it's, hey, dude, come in. Like we are rising tide raises all ships for real. Like us all continue to win. Your phenomenal sales, my team's growth, our team sales, your team growth. It's just, hey, everyone look at FFL because everybody's going to be here soon. We will be $1 billion IMO that's never been done in the history of insurance because Sean goes, hey, I'm going to pay people 140 instead of keeping people down here at 85 top comp. And that's what, dude, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're building. I appreciate you helping my guys. Anything I can do to help you. I know everybody drop a Rob Rocks in the comments below. And
hey, I have a lot to you, man. I appreciate you. And anytime, I'm happy to do this for your guys.
You got it, man. Well, we'll get you out here in Arizona. Next time I get to Dallas, we'll spend some more time with each other and appreciate you, buddy. You have a great day. Thanks, Grady. Good luck to everybody. Thank you all. All right, everybody out there, dial day. We're rocking and rolling, and we had a tremendous week so far. Lead orders, as you heard, great lead to check out would be the retro mortgage protection lead. Email corporate, you can get access to that. The new life leads are also in the CRM. Those are fantastic and helpful. Take advantage of those. But most importantly, as you heard Rob say, it's get a lot of leads, get yourself in a position where you can have a lot of dials, book some real appointments. A real appointment is knowing they're going to be there and you've got some buy-in that they're interested in wanting to talk with you. So with that, Rob, again, thank you so much for coming on, everybody here. We appreciate you all, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next call. Have a great dial day. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.